Welcome to Java programming. In this video, I am going to discuss about the features of Java. Java features are also known as Java buzzwords. Java is so important because of these 12 features. That is, Java is a simple, platform independent, architecture neutral, portable, robust, multi-threaded, secure, high performance, object oriented, distributed, dynamic, and interpreted. I will discuss one by one. Java is a simple programming language because its syntax is simple and is easy to learn, easy to understand. Most confused concepts in C++ are left out in Java, or they have been re-implemented in a clear way. Java syntax is based on C++, so easier for programmers to learn it after C++. Java has removed many complicated and rarely used features. Example, explicit pointers, operator overloading, etc. And one more important is there is no need to remove unreferenced objects because there is an automatic garbage collection in Java. The next feature is platform independent. The biggest strength of Java is its platform independent nature. Being platform independent means a program compiled on one mission can be executed on any mission without any change. Java achieves platform independency by using the concept of bytecode. See the figure. The compiler converts your Java program into some intermediate code called bytecode. The bytecode is portable. Portable means that can be run on many missions like Mac OS JVM, Linux JVM, Windows JVM. JVM is nothing but Java Virtual Machine. The Java Virtual Machine accepts the corresponding bytecode and produces the mission independent code. Thus, any platform for which a JVM is present can execute bytecode irrespective of the fact where the bytecode has been generated. Due to this, a Java program becomes portable as well as platform independent. The next one is Java is secure. As compared to C or C++, Java is considered to be much more secure language because no explicit pointer, that is, it does not allow a programmer to create pointers. We cannot access any address directly. And Java programs run inside a virtual machine sandbox. In this class loader, the class loader in Java is a part of JRE, Java Runtime Environment, which is used to load Java classes into Java Virtual Machine dynamically. It adds security by separating the package for the classes of the local file system from those that are imported from network sources. And bytecode verifier, it checks all the code fragments for illegal code that can violate access right to objects. And next feature is compiled and interpreted language. Java is a two-step process, that is, it supports both compilation and interpretation. So the use of compiler is to convert the given source code into object code generally. But in Java, the compiler converts the source code into some intermediate code called bytecode. The interpreter accepts that bytecode and produces the corresponding mission code, which is either zeros or ones. So in the figure, your program, the program name is myprogram.java. The compiler accepts the program and converts the program into bytecode. The bytecode is nothing but a class file, that is myprogram.class. The Java virtual machine accepts that class file, means accepts the bytecode, and produces the corresponding object code in the form of either zeros or ones. So Java supports both compilation and interpretation. And next feature is high performance. The high performance can be achieved by the use of a just-in-time compiler. In a bytecode compiled system, source code is translated into intermediate representation known as bytecode. The bytecode is not the mission code for any particular computer and may be portable among computer architectures. The bytecode may then be interpreted or run on virtual machine. The just-in-time compiler reads the bytecodes in many sections and compiles them dynamically into machine code so the program can run faster. This can be done per file, per function, or even on any arbitrary code fragment. The code can be compiled when it is about to be executed, hence the name just-in-time. I repeat the thing again. The code can be compiled when it is about to be executed. So the name is just-in-time, and then cached and reused later without needing to be recompiled. So see the figure once. So generally the compiler converts your source file into bytecode. The just-in compiler read all the bytecodes in many sections and compiles them dynamically into mission code so that the program can run faster. The next feature is architecture neutral and portable. Java is architecture neutral because there are no implementation dependent features. For example, the size of primitive type is fixed. Suppose in C programming, the int data type occupies 2 bytes of memory for 32-bit architecture and 4 bytes of memory for 64-bit architecture. However, it occupies 4 bytes of memory for both 32 and 64-bit architecture in Java. And next one is portable. So Java is portable because it facilitates you to carry the Java bytecode to any platform. It does not require any implementation. Already we discussed the previous slides. So the compiler converts the source code into some intermediate code called bytecode. The bytecode which is portable. Portable means that can be run on many systems like Mac OS, Linux, and so on. So that's why Java is portable and one of the important feature. And Java is robust. Why Java is robust? Because it uses a strong memory management mechanism. And a Java programmer does not have to worry about a deallocation of dynamic memory because there is automatic garbage collection in Java. And there is a lack of pointers that avoids security problems. And there are a good exception handling and the type checking mechanism in Java. All these points make Java robust. And Java is object oriented. Java is considered as a pure object oriented programming language. In Java, everything is an object which has some data and behavior. So see the figure, the object contains both data and behavior. Data is nothing but your variables and behaviors are nothing but your functions. So all objects can be implemented by using a special feature called class. So see the example, class name, the class name is example. In that some variables are there, A and B, and one function called getData function. That is, the class contains both variables and functions. So the object represents both the data and behavior. And Java supports the concepts of OOPs, that is object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So it strongly supports the concept of OOPs, due to which it is called a pure object-oriented language. We cannot develop an executable program in Java without making use of class. This indicates that Java very strictly applies the principle of encapsulation. And one more important feature is multi-threaded. Multi-threading means executing multiple portions of the same program in parallel. That is, we can execute the task in parallel. Suppose if you consider the Microsoft Word, multiple functionalities take place at the same time, like typing, spell check, grammar check, autosave, autocomplete, etc. Since all this is taking place inside MS Word, we can say that it is an example of multi-threading. Java is one of the pioneer languages to support this concept. So development of multi-threaded application is one of the important strengths of Java. So see the figure. The program contains multiple threads, thread 1, thread 2, thread 3, so on, thread n. All these threads are executed simultaneously. And one more important point is, a thread is like a separate program executing concurrently. We can write Java programs that deal with many tasks at once by defining multiple threads. The main advantage of multiple threading is that it does not occupy memory for each thread. That is, it shares a common memory area. Why threads are very important? Simple. That is, it is like a separate program executing concurrently. And threads are important for multimedia, web applications, etc. And the last feature is distributed feature. Java is also a distributed language. Programs can be designed to run on networks. We can split a program into multiple parts and store these parts on different computers. Now, sitting on one machine, a Java programmer can access another Java program running off other machine. So in Java, it gives the advantage of distributed programming, which is very helpful when we develop large projects. That is, if you consider a large project, the large projects can be divided into sub-projects. Each sub-projects are executed simultaneously on different missions. So Java helps us to achieve this concept by RMI. RMI means remote method invocation, and EJB, Enterprise Java Beans. Those two are used for creating distributed applications. So this feature helps us to access files by calling the methods from any machine on the internet. So these are the various important features in Java. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe, like, and share.